Well, g'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Alright, my wonderful little 60-inch belt grinder, which is an 84 engineering one. I've gone out and bought an upgrade for it, which is down in here. So we have a strap-on surface grinder attachment for it. Hopefully this will make the knife making a whole lot quicker and easier. Most particularly for flattening blades out. Unfortunately, when you do heat treat, you do get a little bit of wobble in them, but also for flats on knives that have got that straight bevel. So grinding the flats, I think it will help a lot with that. You can also do tapered tangs and also distal grind on the tips. So let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got our instruction sheet, of course, which I have read through. This is the tool arm for it. Now, I had to special order a tool arm because mine's a 60-inch belt grinder as opposed to a 48 or a 70. That is the one thing I've ever regretted from all the stuff I've got from 84 engineering, and I've got a lot of stuff from 84, is my choice of a 60-inch. If I had it to do again, I would have gone with a 72-inch by far, because it means that pretty much everything I do, I've got to get different belts than everyone else is getting. I've got to get different attachments, different tool arms. And often when I buy something new, I'm the first one to get the tool arm for it. So it's got to be worked out by you and beforehand. We've got the belt, we've got the strap-on grinder itself, which comes in two parts, the vise and the actual attachment. There's some attaching bolts, and also have a digital travel meter, which I ordered separately. They don't come with a digital travel meter, but they can be fitted with one. Well, let's put it all together. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take off the star platen on it. So pull the tension arm down, take the belt off it, and it's a simple matter of undoing a bolt and pulling the star platen out. Pretty simple. Okay, next up, I'm just going to put the tool arm in there just loosely, just to help me work with everything. Bolts through, just start them in. So just hand tight with those, and then once I've got them hand tight, just going to tighten it up with the Allen key. And next we put a magnetic chuck on. Down it slides. Beautiful. Alright, just rest down there. And just looking at it, the one thing I would like that it doesn't have is a handle. Just to make it easy to pull it up and down. Now we've got that on, we've got to make sure that we've got zero space in here, which we have. These sections here are so you can lift it up and put a feeler gauge in there so you can get a tapered tang or a distal taper on it. The next thing we're going to do is just undo the stop plate at the bottom. That's the part that actually stops your blade when you're grinding. So I just want to get that right out of the way. Snug it back up. Let's seat it all the way in. And I'll just check that for tension once we've got a belt on it. Next up is the travel gauge, which goes down here. Travel gauge installed. Alright, now that should give me the distance I've moved in and out. Unfortunately, at the moment, it seems to have a flat battery in it. So I will have to get a new battery for it. Our next step is going to be truing up the face of the magnetic chuck. So we want to make sure that the wheel and the face of the chuck are parallel with each other. Otherwise, when we cut, we're going to have a tilted angle each and every time. And we have way too much slack in the system. So obviously the arm needed to come out a bit further. Okay, once it's on, give it a couple of hand spins just to make sure everything's sitting right and it's not going to come off or anything weird like that. And from here we'll turn it on. Just adjust the tracking so that it's sitting in the center. Okay, big mistake I made here, and learnt the lesson later, is I should have backed back the travel just to lower the travel down so it wasn't cutting so thick on that first pass. We all learn, we all make mistakes. First of all, I've got lipping because the chuck's a little bit wider than the belt, so I need to adjust the tracking. And that way I can clean up that lip going down each side. And then after that, I'm just gonna creep it up slightly and take a very light cut, just so I can know that I've got a nice clean cut on it. That gives me a smooth surface across there now. There's that 40 grit all done. So I'll take the 40 belt off. And what I'm going to do between grits is use a cloth to try and get any broken grit off, and also any metal swarf. That way I'm not running that broken grit back through. Okay, brand new 60 grit belt. And let's take it away with this one. There's a 60 grit. Next I'm going to go to a new 120 grit, new 240 grit, and I may do a 400 grit as well on it. so there's the finished look. As you can see, nice and smooth. It's going to be nice and parallel. It's just got to ease the arises off the edges just with a file, and it will be ready to rock and roll. And then I can show you guys a video of me grinding the flats with it. All right, thank you very much everyone for watching, and bye for now.